hello story lovers, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're venturing into a world of ice, magic, and unbreakable friendship as we explore one of Hans Christian Andersen's most enchanting tales, The Snow Queen. This isn't just a story about winter, it's a profound journey about love's power to conquer even the coldest of hearts. So grab a warm blanket and a hot cup of cocoa, because this adventure will send a shiver down your spine in the best possible way. Our story begins in a large, bustling city where two children, Kay and Gerda, live side by side. They weren't brother and sister, but they loved each other just as dearly. Their families had built a little garden of flower boxes on the rooftops between their homes, a shared paradise where they spent countless hours playing among the roses. Their friendship was as sweet and pure as the summer blooms, a perfect picture of childhood innocence. But far away, in the realm of mischief, a malevolent troll was crafting something truly wicked. He created a magic mirror, but this was no ordinary mirror. It had a terrible power. It distorted everything good and beautiful, making it appear ugly and worthless, while magnifying every flaw and imperfection. The troll and his impish students flew high into the sky, cackling as they planned to show the world its own ugliness. But in their glee, they dropped the mirror. It shattered into millions, billions, even trillions of pieces, scattering across the globe like dust on the wind. These tiny shards of glass were a curse upon the world. If a piece lodged in someone's eye, they would see only the worst in everything and everyone. If a sliver pierced their heart, it would turn to a lump of ice, freezing all warmth and affection. And one cold winter day, as Kay and Gerda were admiring the snowflakes, two of these malevolent specks found their mark. One flew into Kay's eye, and another pierced his heart. Instantly, everything changed. Kay, once so gentle and kind, became cruel and cynical. He mocked their beautiful roses, saying they were riddled with imperfections. He pushed Gerda away, his words as sharp and cold as icicles. He even began to see a strange beauty in the perfect, unfeeling geometry of snowflakes, something he had never noticed before. Gerda was heartbroken, unable to understand what had happened to her dearest friend. The warmth of their shared world had vanished, replaced by a confusing and painful chill. One day, while playing with his new sled in the town square, a magnificent, large white sleigh appeared, pulled by powerful horses. The driver, wrapped in a brilliant white fur coat, was none other than the Snow Queen herself. Intrigued by the flawless, icy patterns he now admired, Kay tied his little sled to the back of hers. The sleigh moved faster and faster, leaving the city walls far behind. The Snow Queen, with her captivating and icy beauty, turned to him and offered him a place in her palace, a world of perfect cold logic, free from messy emotions. Bewitched by her promises and the chill already in his heart, Kay forgot all about Gerda and his home. He was whisked away into the endless, white expanse of the north, vanishing without a trace. When Kay didn't return, Gerda was consumed by a grief that seemed as vast as the winter sky. The adults told her Kay was gone forever, but Gerda refused to believe it. Her heart told her he was still out there somewhere. So, with the first signs of spring melting the snow, she made a brave decision. She would find him, no matter what it took. Her quest began at the river. She offered her most prized possession, a pair of new red shoes, to the water, begging it to tell her where Kay had gone. This simple, heartfelt act set her on a long and perilous journey, a testament to her unwavering love and determination. Gerda's first stop was a beautiful, enchanted garden belonging to an old woman with magical powers. The garden was eternally summer, filled with the most fragrant and colorful flowers imaginable. The old woman, lonely and wanting a daughter, used her magic to make Gerda forget all about Kay. For a time, Gerda lived in a happy daze, playing among the blossoms. But one day she saw a rose painted on the old woman's hat. The sight of the rose, the flower she and Kay had loved so much, shattered the spell. Memories flooded back, and with tears in her eyes, Gerda fled the garden, realizing with a shock that an entire season had passed. She was back on her quest with a renewed sense of urgency. Her journey then led her to a grand palace, where she heard rumors of a clever new prince who was said to resemble Kay. A kind crow and his mate, who lived in the palace, helped Gerda sneak inside to see for herself. With her heart pounding, she tiptoed into the royal bedchamber. But alas, it was not Kay. The prince was kind, and upon hearing her sad story, he and the princess gave Gerda warm clothes, supplies, and a golden carriage to help her on her way. Though disappointed, Gerda was grateful for their kindness, another spark of warmth in the growing cold. But the golden carriage, shimmering in the forest, attracted the wrong kind of attention. It was ambushed by a band of robbers. Gerda was captured and taken to their gloomy, chaotic den. There, she met the robber girl, a wild and fierce young lady about her own age. The robber girl was intrigued by Gerda's story of love and loyalty. Despite her rough exterior, she had a flicker of kindness within her. She listened to her captive reindeer, who whispered of seeing Kay being carried away by the Snow Queen towards Lapland. Moved by Gerda's devotion, the robber girl made a bold choice. She defied her mother, freed Gerda, and gave her the reindeer to ride north, urging her to hurry. This unlikely friendship proved that even in the darkest of places, compassion could be found. Riding the reindeer, Gerda traveled farther and farther north, into the stark, icy lands of Lapland. They stopped at the humble hut of a Lapland woman, who gave them shelter and wrote a message on a dried codfish for her friend, a Finland woman who lived even closer to the Snow Queen's palace. The Finland woman was known for her wisdom and magic. When Gerda arrived, she begged the woman for a magical potion or charm that could give her the strength to defeat the Snow Queen. But the Finland woman smiled gently and told Gerda something profound. She explained that Gerda needed no external power, for her strength was already greater than anything the Snow Queen possessed. Her power, the woman said, lies in her pure, innocent child's heart. Armed with this knowledge and a renewed faith in herself, Gerda faced the final leg of her journey. She said a tearful goodbye to her loyal reindeer and walked alone towards the Snow Queen's palace, a fortress of shimmering ice and biting wind. The Queen's guards, giant razor-sharp snowflakes, swirled around her. But Gerda prayed, and her warm breaths transformed into tiny angels, who protected her and cleared a path through the frozen fury. Inside the palace, she found Kay. He was pale and still, sitting on a frozen lake he called the Mirror of Reason. He was trying to spell the word eternity with shards of ice, a task the Snow Queen had given him. If he could complete it, she had promised him the whole world and a new pair of skates. But his fingers were numb, and his heart was a block of ice. He didn't even recognize Gerda. He was a prisoner of cold logic, completely detached from his past and his feelings. Gerda ran to him and threw her arms around his neck, weeping. Her tears, hot with love and sorrow, fell onto his chest and melted the ice around his heart. They streamed down his face and washed the splinter of the troll's mirror from his eye. Kay began to cry too, and the shard of glass in his heart was washed away with his own tears. He was free. He looked at Gerda, truly looked at her, and finally he knew her. "Gerda, my dear Gerda," he cried. They hugged, laughing and crying with joy, their warmth so powerful that the ice shards themselves danced and formed the word eternity on their own. Their quest was complete. Hand in hand, they began their long journey home, retracing Gerda's steps. Along the way, they met all the friends who had helped her, the reindeer, the Finland and Lapland women, the robber girl, and the prince and princess. Each reunion was a joyful celebration of the kindness that had lit Gerda's path. As they traveled south, the world bloomed around them. The ice and snow gave way to green grass and singing birds. Finally, they saw the towers of their city. They walked up the stairs to their rooftop homes and into the little garden. It was summer again. The roses were in full bloom, more beautiful than ever. They looked at each other and realized they were no longer children, but grown-ups. Yet, in their hearts, they were still the same two children who played among the roses. Their friendship not just restored, but deepened and strengthened by the trials they had faced. They sat together in the warm sunshine, their bond a testament to the fact that love is the most powerful magic of all, capable of melting any winter and conquering any darkness. And that is the timeless story of the Snow Queen. It's a powerful reminder that perseverance, kindness, and the unwavering warmth of a loving heart can overcome the greatest of obstacles. Thank you so much for joining me on this magical journey today. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you won't miss our next adventure. Until next time, stay curious and keep reading.